What's going on, friends? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, host Jan. I hope you're all doing well today, mate. I really do hope that. Welcome to your match preview of Chelsea's titanic clash with Jose Mourinho's Tottenham. That's right, student versus master is back. Frank Lampard versus Jose Mourinho. Super Frank, of course, completed the double against Jose Mourinho last season. The first manager to ever do that. And currently both respective teams are sitting at the north end of the Premier League table, so it's a six-pointer. Early doors, it's a six-pointer, and we're going to talk about it today, who can play, what's going to happen, formations, etc. It is important that I tell you that the majority of my viewers are not subscribed, and that affects my YouTube channel negatively. Do you want to hurt me? Of course you don't. You want to help me, right? Please consider subscribing and hitting the bell notifications icon so you get notified when I upload, which is every day. So keep it locked. And if you want to help me out, and if you think Chelsea can beat Tottenham in the Premier League, drop a like on this video, please. Alright then, let's begin and get into this match preview. So, Jose Mourinho did get defeated by Frank Lampard twice last season in the Premier League. Like I said at the top of the video, the first manager to do that against Jose Mourinho. Now, we did lose to them recently, or we didn't lose to them, we drew at 90 minutes and lost on penalties and got eliminated from the cup. Why can't I talk? But that doesn't really tell you much, and that was prior to Chelsea having this full starting 11 that's truly evolved and become so elite. But Jose Mourinho's Tottenham are on flames at the moment. They've gone vintage Mourinho, haven't they? Jose's found his midfield general in Højbjerg. He's, Son and Kane are in scintillating form, probably the best two duo, or the best duo in the Premier League at the moment in terms of combining. He's got good fullbacks now, his defence is good again, Hugo Lloris is in form, he's got people like Bale knocking about, do you know what I mean? Things are going well for Jose. They beat Manchester City 2-0 in a game where they had like 2 shots. Defensively resolute, had about 33% possession. Check out the Who Scored match graphic for that game. Interestingly, he deployed a 4-2-3-1 against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. Now, you think he might do something similar against Chelsea, because Chelsea are a similar team to City in terms of keeping the ball, passing a lot of attacking players. So maybe we could see a 4-2-3-1 against Chelsea, but really it was more of a 4-5-1. And to be honest, Kane wasn't that one at the end. It was usually Son waiting on the shoulder to run through and get into a one-on-one and score. So, you can bet your bottom dollar that Jose Mourinho isn't going to come out swinging against Frank Lampard, is he? He's going to sit deep, try and hit Chelsea on the break, and really punish us in transition with the likes of Harry Kane playing in the hole, laying off balls to the on-running Son. You know what I mean? They've still got other good attacking players, and Ndombele's been very good in transition as well for them. Bale, stuff. Good players. Now, it's important to note at this point, it is a talking point, Chelsea have had 2 days extra rest for this game. Now, Jose Mourinho rotated, I think, 10 players for their Thursday night game, so really he fielded a completely different team, so it's not like his players are going to be fatigued, so they don't really have that excuse. But one thing they do have is that we've had the preparation time and we haven't had to travel. So that's a big thing for Chelsea, 2 extra days rest in terms of preparation, and that's a positive. Right, so we know what Jose Mourinho's been doing lately, top of the table, basically playing on transition, playing counter-attacking football. How is Chelsea going to play against Jose Mourinho's Tottenham? Let's talk about that next. Interestingly, on both occasions where we faced Tottenham last season in the league, Frank Lampard employed a 3-back system. That's right, a 3-4-3, with the two behind the striker being more like inside number 10s. We beat them 2-0 and 2-1. Jose Mourinho, in both these games, employed different systems. He had a back 4 system in one, and then he went for a back 5 in the other one the second time round to try and counter Frank Lampard's approach. Fortunately, we won both. And they were both pretty convincing in the end in terms of resolute performances. There was an error leading to a goal in the 2-1 from Antonio Rudiger, and you'd obviously expect him not to play in this game coming this weekend. So that's good, but of course Chelsea have a better defence now. So what does Frank Lampard do? Does he play the back 3 system that basically allowed him to do the double over Jose Mourinho last season and say, look, we'll just do that again, that's worked for us? Or does he not change what's worked so well for him lately? Remember, Chelsea have only conceded 2 goals in the last 8 games, and Chelsea also have the joint best defensive record in the Champions League this season. So Chelsea are generally looking defensively resolute, but it's also very noteworthy that Chelsea haven't played any big opposition in that run. So you got to think about that as well. You know, we've drawn against Sevilla and Man United, but we haven't like taken down a big team in this run, which is fair enough. You've only got to beat who's in front of you. But Tottenham pose a very dangerous threat to Chelsea this weekend in the derby. Theoretically, you could go with a back three system and play the same good defensive players. You'd essentially bring in an extra defender, and that would be Cesar Azpilicueta to play right centre-back, and he would play next to Thiago Silva and Zuma, and of course the wing-backs would remain James and Chilwell, and then Mendy in goal. That's really defensively resolute, but then you have a midfield 2 instead of a midfield 3, and I guess you have Kante in the 2. Is he going to be okay with that? And you know, are Chelsea going to want to soak it up and break on Tottenham, which of course they could very much do because they've got the pace of, you know, potentially Havertz, Pulisic maybe off the bench, Werner you'd imagine will start, Ziyech is quite pacey, you know, so we could break on them, give them a taste of their own medicine, but I have a feeling we won't do that. So I'm going to give you my lineup. Let's switch over the pages and take a look at who I've selected to start. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I have gone with a 4-3-3 formation. If we can defend like that, we can got good, you know, intelligent players like Thiago Silva. Go for what works for us lately. Go for the 4-3-3 formation. Mendy in goal, Chilwell and Reece James in the fullback positions, and of course, Thiago Silva comes back into the fold with Kurt Zouma in the centre-back partnership. N'Golo Kante in his new lone CDM role, flanked by, of course, Mason Mount, who's been excellent for both club and country of late, and I think bringing Kai Havertz, because when he played in that other attacking 8, he was good. I mean, this might be a little bit of a dangerous game to drop him straight back into, so there's a chance we could see Mateo Kovacic again, who, by the way, played very well in that 8 role. But if we do want to break down a really defensively resolute Tottenham, I think Kai Havertz, remember, he's still a Rolls Royce of a player that's still settling. I think perhaps he could start in the other number 8 role. Now, the front 3 for me, Pulisic, even if he's fit to come off the bench, let's be real, he's not going to start this game. As much as we'd all like to see it, he's probably just not ready. It would be too much to suddenly not even have a bench performance to start a game. So Timo Werner to start on the left wing again, running in behind. Hakim Ziyech has to start on the right. He's been such a creative player for us. He's been so impressive in limited game time. And up top, it's going to be either Tammy Abraham or Olivier Giroud. Now I say that because Tammy Abraham has of course been playing really well. The numbers dictate that. He's getting better and better, and he's got a good relationship with the other forwards. But Giroud coming off the bench, scoring that header, and of course last season scored the goal against Tottenham as well. And you think, if we're not going to be running into spaces in this game, if we're going to have to try to break them down, wouldn't it make more sense to have a proper big lump in and around the centre halves in the shape of Olivier Giroud? Especially, I think Toby Alderweireld might be out for this game, so they might not have as good a centre-back partnership as they've had recently. So, you know, Giroud shaking up Eric Dyer, he loves playing against Tottenham. I would be happy with both or either really. If we started Giroud, I'd totally understand the approach and I'd be backing it. But at the same time, if Tammy Abraham starts, of course, he's been in great form, keep it going. So anyway, let's get rid of the screen and talk about the game a little bit more. Now, of course, man, it's early doors. We're like a quarter into the season, man. But it is a big game because it's top of the table clash against potentially two teams going for the title, two guys going for the title in Lampard and Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho would hate to lose to Frank Lampard 3 times in a row in the league. That's not been done. That doesn't happen to Jose Mourinho. So you have to bet your bottom dollar. Jose Mourinho, who can set up against anyone like he does against Pep Guardiola, this is going to be an incredibly hard game. So this is why part of me thinks the back 3 system might still happen. We'll have to see what happens though. It's going to be an absolute titanic clash. I'm going to do a score prediction and I'm going to say 2-1 to Chelsea. I think Son or someone might get one on the break, but I think we'll shake it up and we'll just go at them. We're in high confidence, and I think we can score a couple of goals and take the W. Hopefully. What do you guys think? I want your score predictions. Get down into the comment section below and let me know your score predictions. Drop a like, please, if you've enjoyed the content, and of course, I want to remind you all, please do consider subscribing if you watch my content and you're not subscribed, because such a big majority of you aren't subbed and it affects my channel negatively, so you have the opportunity to do me a favour and help me out, only if you want to. Other than that, boys and girls, I'm out, so enjoy the football and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy talk. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, bitch.